Here are the writing tips you need to learn how to write unique characters the right way and how to use mementos to set them apart from the rest. Join me on the journey toward world building my own story, as well as providing you, yes, you, with all the writing tips you need. What is up, you muffin munching muggles? Welcome to Fiction and Reality, where we help you, yes, you, become the most devilishly gifted human that you know you are and that you knew you always could be. Ever walked around as a kid with that one item that you were just inseparable from? You'd blaze through the depths of hell to protect it.
Hell no, no.
It is the art of attachment. When you love something hard enough, it becomes next to impossible to let it go. Though I don't know if you would call this love. Right? It's the same for many of the characters you see in your favorite fictional works of art. What is a memento? Not Mentos, not menthol, not meth. Mementos. Memento is an object that serves as a reminder of a past event, person, or place, often holding significant emotional and symbolic value for a character. And that's the key. The core value of a memento is woven into your ability to utilize it in a way that attenuates the emotional and symbolic value of a character and transcends their character arc throughout the plot. Aaron's basement key was a window to LD's past, and a missing link mending the bond between him and his late father through past memories. Of course, there's Edward Elric, who carries his silver pocket watch, which serves as a constant reminder of his vow to restore his brother's body, the failed attempt at human transmutation, and stirs motivation in moments of doubt. The law of equivalent exchange. If you try to transmutate money, there's always a price to pay.
Do it now!
To gain something, you must give something up in return. Those characters' mementos forge a hardened bridge between them and their past and stir an emotional kindling that influences future decision making and shapes the actions of that character. What did you do with the real Isayama? Mementos serve to help reveal the backstory of a character, symbolize character growth, anchor the character, foreshadow future events, and motivate decision-making, aid in driving the plot forward, and representing relationships. Pay attention to the little things your characters carry: their keys, their watches, a faded photo tucked away. These aren't just random trinkets, they're living threads that tie the present to the past and quietly shape a character's future. A well-placed memento doesn't just sit in the pocket, it breathes life into the narrative, giving depth, motivation, and heart. In the end, it's the memories we hold and the objects that hold them for us that truly define our journeys. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mementos don't seem like they're all that. Well, they fucking are. Wow. Mementos are a unique way of reiterating the importance of a character's backstory and serve as an emotional trigger linking the tragedies of the past to the present. Remember Zeke from Attack on Titan, you know, the big monkey? The big monkey who got put on a t-shirt by Captain Levi like 3 times? We always see him wearing these odd-looking glasses, which were later revealed through a backstory to belong to Xavier, someone that Zeke viewed as his real father. Of course, after he big snitched on Grisha and his mom, almost getting them both turned into Titan Chow. Well, getting one of them turned into Titan Chow. The other one just lost his mind. There's a connection woven from that past into those glasses that Zeke wears, and in fact, wearing those glasses are somewhat akin to him carrying both the will and philosophy of his late mentor Xavier into the present. What is the philosophy, you ask? The euthanasia of all Eldians. You know, giving your dog a little sleepy gas, getting the old tubes tied. See, who says you don't learn anything from a little fiction and reality, a little physiology lesson there? Zeke is almost always seen wearing these glasses, reinforcing the deep, tightly woven bonds that he held with this former mentor and emphasizing to the audience that this father-son relationship between Zeke and Xavier superseded his love for his own biological father. Ultimately, the values that Zeke chose to carry forward with him in the future were that of his mentors, mostly as a result of Zeke receiving a lack of affection and attention from his native family and not being treated as a normal son would due to Grisha and Dina's obsession with the restorationist movement and overthrowing Marley. These things can't be stopped. In Zeke's case, those glasses aren't just a quirky accessory, they're the living legacy of Xavier, a reminder of the philosophies, heartbreaks, and twisted loyalties that made him who he is. Mementos are the emotional veins running through a character's story, pulsing with the choices, regrets, and connections that shape their fate. Never underestimate the power of the little things your characters carry. Sometimes it's the smallest keepsake that leaves the biggest impact. Mementos can serve as a unique medium for foreshadowing a character's arc. The meaning of a memento can shift on its axis as the story progresses from one stage to the next and grow in continuity with the character who harbors it. Such an example may be gauged, of course, from Aaron and his possession of Grisha's basement key. Oh, such a trinket that cost many of souls, many of traumas. Regarding mementos, I would say that Yams was sort of cooking here with the foreshadowing. Had us tripping and swerving when the big reveal came. I mean, how do you get low broed by your own son? We see young Aaron completely enveloped in this key, or rather the mystery which envelops what his father was doing every time he disappeared into the basement or went to go get some milk. It's subtle, but in season 1 we can see Grisha sort of turn towards the door frame. A few seasons later, we find out he wasn't even talking to the young Jit Aaron, and that future Aaron was just applying that pressure the entire time. It's not until Aaron joined the Scouts and got flashed with Grisha's future memories and gave the old sucky to Historia's hand that the gravitas of the basement key multiplies exponentially, as he remembers that it is a central component in unlocking and uncovering the true history of humanity through his father's own memories. It's quite obvious that this technique requires a thorough mapping of both story arcs and character arcs in parallel. If you favor utilizing foresight and mapping out your story arcs, character growth and development, and tallying up your acts, consider tucking a memento or trinket inside a character's pocket and using this item to link their past, present, and future actions to the past, present, and future events of your story's plot. Well-placed mementos can serve as the thread that ties your entire narrative tapestry together. So if you want your characters and their journeys to resonate long after the story's done, don't underestimate the narrative weight of the objects. Whether it's a key, a photograph, a scar, even a phrase whispered from one generation to the next, the true power of these objects lies in how they quietly accumulate meaning layer by layer until by the end, both character and audience look back and realize that this little trinket was never just a thing, but a silent witness to fate. Memento can also be tailored toward anchoring a character emotionally. That is the ability to invoke a brood of emotions whenever said object is held center focus by the character. We mentioned Edward Elric's stopwatch before, right? Don't forget October 3rd. Between me and you, law of equivalent exchange doesn't exist. How the hell do you think this goes unpunished? All sins are not equal. That stopwatch serves to anchor Ed to the catastrophic event in which him and his brother Al attempted human transmutation in order to bring back their mother from the dead. And that turned out just about as well as you could imagine. Now, I'm not telling you to go try to draw a crop circle or summon a little green alien out of the depths of a black void, but I'm not telling you not to do it. That stopwatch symbolizes the grief that charges their motivation, as well as the full metal promise Ed made to himself to retrieve Al's real body no matter the cost, and to commit to paying their penance for breaking the golden rule of alchemy. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. A full metal promise. You see what I did there? There's all types of elements of a character that can make them unique. However, an item that harbors a sentimental essence and carries with it torn memories of events that map that character to a set of emotions can be invaluable. Should the journey entail parting with this item to reach a staple of stability and highlighting progressive character growth, you will be able to gauge exactly how the emotions that were once triggered by that memento come to evolve themselves as the arc plunges forward. For Edward, that memento always maps him to a place of regret, serves as a reminder of the promise to restore Al to his human form, and bolsters his motivation to push forward. That's the real magic of a memento. It isn't just a prop, but a key to a character's heart. When wielded well, it transforms the emotional landscape of your story, letting the reader feel every regret, hope, and promise stitched into its history. Yes, you can choose to utilize mementos in such a way that you contribute to stirring up some good old-fashioned internal conflict and tension. Boy,
this way, boy.
Let's take a look at Kratos, everyone's favorite god of war. Those blades of chaos represent Kratos, blood-smothered tenure as the ghost of Sparta, filled by vengeance, wrath, and rage against the gods of Olympus following the death of his family. Now, some of you may say Kratos went a little too far sometimes, but I say, even through the bumps and humps, he gets a nice little redemption arc that absolves him. The Journey of God of War details Kratos taking an adventure to the highest peak of the realms to spread Faye's ashes, which serves as another memento of sorts, but one that Kratos links to transformation from the Ghost of Sparta to an emotionally intelligent and disciplined god respectful of both power and the responsibility that comes with it. This poses an interesting dynamic, a tug of war of sorts, where the character lugging uphill during this transition into this fierce, disciplined god worthy of the name, while simultaneously being yanked down by the brutality of the chaos chains that churn deep within the depths of his soul. This illustrates mementos can be useful in bringing in the scheme of clashing identities and the internal conflict that surrounds it. Understand that a character can have more than one memento, and likewise that each memento may strike them with a different emotion or bring them back to a separate lapse in time, remind them of who they were versus who they are or who they want to become. If you can figure out how to mobilize multiple mementos and tune with your character structure, you'll infinitely expand the bounds of both internal and external transformation. We see that true transformation comes from facing what anchors us, both the light and the dark. The next time you craft a character, ask yourself, what do they carry and what does it carry them through? Mementos are strikingly powerful in shaping a character's identity and legacy. Let's take a look at Claire Obscure Expedition 33, the undisputed game of the year for those who don't know. Get your party game together, buddy. The world of Lumiere is bristling with festivities on the day of the Gamage, and we find ourselves settled between Sophie and Gustave, where Sophie presents Gustave with this Expedition 33 uniform tailored for his arm. Listen, I won't spoil. Not yet, at least. But that uniform serves as a reminder for why Gustave continues pressing forward, even when it appears as if crippling defeat begins encroaching. To lay a trail for those who come after and honor the legacy of those who came before, and were laid to waste by the Gamage. This uniform is more than cloth and stitches. It's a tangible marker of who Gustave has become and what he stands for. It roots him to his purpose, reminds him of the sacrifices made by those lost to the Gamage, lights a path for those who will follow. Even when despair and defeat threatens to overwhelm him, it's that memento worn close, built for his scars, that compels Gustave to carry on, to honor the fallen, and write his own legacy into the world's unfolding story. When a character holds onto a memento, they're really holding onto a piece of themselves, a guiding thread that shapes who they are and who they might become. And they also may be holding on to a piece of others as well. If you took something from this video, I want you to take a moment to crack that subscribe button below and like the video. Like the video. It pushes these videos out so that others can take key tokens that you gain, so do your fellow comrades a favor. The direction of progress is forward, and it's only up from here. And heads up, I started a new gaming channel called Just Fiction. And right now I'm progressing through Stellar Blade, so go check it out in the description below. Some really robust gameplay. I'll leave a link to my socials in the description below. If you want more info on how to improve your story, feel free to check out some of my other videos by clicking right here. Writers, world builders, and storytellers aiming to perfect writing techniques and enhance their storytelling and world building are all welcome. And with that, remember, if ever you're lost in the forestry of words, strip your mind from fantasy and look to the window of the world, and there your mind will run free.